Before I start today, I feel like there's something I have to explain. I haven't really been as explicit as I could be about a certain subject, and that's the issue of feet. You've heard me say, that's a 2-foot stop, or that's a 4-foot reed, that's an 8-foot principle, that's Gordon Lightfoot. She has 2 left feet. What's with all the feet business in the organ world? Well, aside from the fact that we use them to play the keyboard with, that's also the way we categorize stops in the organ. We describe them by their length. In particular, the length of a particular stop at its lowest note. Example, here is a 1-foot principle. At its lowest note, low C, it is about 1 foot long-ish. Here is a 2-foot principle. At its lowest note, which is a low C, it's about 2 foot long. All right, with me so far? Tell me if I'm moving too fast. Here is a 4-foot principle. At its lowest note, it's about, anybody? That's right, 4 foot. Just shout them right out there, 4 foot. 4-foot principle. Now hang on, because it's going to start getting a little bit more complicated. 8-foot principle. At its lowest note, which is a low C, about 8 foot. Got it? 16-foot principle. At its lowest note, which is a low C, it is about 16 foot. And it doesn't stop there. There are examples of 32 feet stops. Even here in Dallas, if you're at the Meyerson Symphony Center, it's one of the few organs in the world that has a 32-foot stop pipe right in the front of the facade. The mouth is like this big. It's huge. So organists tend to talk in terms of 16, 8, 4, 2. That's sort of the nomenclature we use. Make sense? I feel like you're kind of glazing over a little bit. Let me have my mathematician explain it to you.
Yes, you see, the relationship between the pipes is roughly a factor of 1/2. 16, 8, 4, 2. And those are all separated in the distance of 1 octave. Does that make sense? Is it clear? Anybody?
So when an organist sits at the organ, he has all of these draw knobs to look at. They're all different stops, and each of them has a number on them. 8, 4, 2, 16. For example, the roar flute. Remember our friend the roar flute? There he is. That's an 8-foot stop. Here's our friend the 4-foot traverse flute. Right? Playing C. Here's a 2-foot. All right, and here's this guy. Wait, what? Oh, how about this guy? Wait, what? That's not a C. We've got a couple of weirdos over here. Look at these guys. 1 3/5, 2 2/3. That doesn't make any sense. Look at this guy over here. 1 1/3. God, I just had it all figured out. Those are what are called mutation stops. And they're not mutants. They're mutation stops. They are stops that at their lowest pitch are not low C. Here's middle C for the roar flute. Middle C for the 4-foot flute. Middle C for the 2-foot flute. Middle C for the Nazard. That's not a C. That's a G. Middle C for the tierce. That's not a C, that's an E. So these mutation stops are built just like every other stop, but they're transposed into different keys. And so you would think, why would anybody do that? Why would they make such a weird stop? The reason is, those stops, again, if you play them by themselves, they don't really sound like anything. But if you add them to regular foundational stops, gets a little bit of a different color. Here is 8 and 2 2 2/3, 8, 2 2/3, and 1 3/5. 8, 4, 2, 2 2/3, 1 3/5. Which is a very unique sound that organists call cornet. It's become such a standard that usually it's 5 stops and you just pull one knob and all 5 stops come on. So today, I'm going to play Rheinberger's 7th trio, and I'm going to use a combination of mutation stops. I'm going to use the 8-foot, which is, of course, perfectly normal, but I'm going to add to it the 2 2/3 and the 1 3/5, which give it a very distinct color, and you'll hear. And that's what mutation stops can do for an organ. They give color to the pitches themselves, the foundational pitches. Just like a mixture adds roots and fifths, these mutation stops add different pitches as well. But they're a single stop all unto itself. So here is Rheinberger's 7th trio. I'm going to move you in just 1 second, and then I will play the whole thing for you. Oh, you're still going. Well, might as well just enjoy the ride. Okay, here's Rheinberger's 7th trio. Tomorrow, I'm going to finally get to strings. I guess I've been stringing you along long enough.